Hey, I'm going to share about what happens to somebody that doesn't have the tribal circuitry. And I share it for my own example because I don't have. And yes, it is enhanced by some other things, and every chart will have its own shit about how it enforces a conditioning or so on. And first I will say what it is about, the tribal circuitry. It's about support, it's about community, it's about bargain, give and take, how a tribe can be successful. Just think about it. I don't have this circuitry, and I grew up in a family that all except me have a defined ego, which is very strongly linked to the tribal theme. Although my mother had no tribal circuitry in her chart. She was totally individual, but the rest of them, they had. And they all shared also one channel altogether, which very much influenced the conditioning, how it built me up, which is the 2644, the spleen to the ego, which says, I have the intuition what information is correct for the tribe, and the ego can really push it on the people, and this was pushed on me, what they think is correct. Now, I have one collective channel, the rest are integration and individual. I was getting a lot of punishment for not helping like others help in the house chores and so on. They said I'm lazy and I'm this and that, and it affected me because the tribe is about including or excluding. If you are following the rules of the tribe, you can be included in the tribe. If you don't, you will be excluded energetically. That's it. Done. So there was a lot of pressure on me when I didn't when I didn't behave like the rules of the tribe. I didn't give a fair share of me in the family structure. I was told, so you are not acting correctly, you are lazy, you are not good, you are not helping, you're just doing your own stuff and not helping the family and all this and that. And for me it was not easy because they were giving me a hard time about that. And also later in my life, after my high school, I was 3 years in the military service in Israel, the country I am. It's a mandatory thing. And also there, I was in a team, in a group, and there were also laws of the group, how you need to behave to be included in the team. If not, you will be kicked off. It was so unnatural for me, and in the beginning I really needed to relearn how to behave, not to be me. You understand? In order to be a good teammate. It's funny for me to say because I'm so much not a teammate. I'm so much not. I learned to be a teammate by that the tribe of this team in the army, these 17 guys we were, they were telling me, they were showing me when I was misbehaving, when I was not supporting, when I was not helping, when I was not there for each other. And I learned to be a better teammate, a good teammate. But it was from a place where I had an anxiousness to be excluded, where I was afraid, where I was feeling this pressure. I was acting from a place of pressure. I feel now the pressure, shit. I was not acting from an harmonical place. And later in my life, 2 relationships before I entered the human design journey, knowledge and all that, 2 of both one MG1 generator, both of them had the 2644. So not just my two sisters and my father, also them. They told me who I need to be, how I need to behave, what information is correct, all that shit. Sorry, I was a bit confusing. They told me how we should be. It's better to say, what is correct for us, what is correct for the structure of the family that we are building, and so on. It makes me stressed again. And I see how much weight it was putting on me, that I need to hold up to the laws and expectations of the tribe, that I need to behave correctly. And mainly in the last time I really got a mirror for it, that I'm not a tribe man. I'm not. And the way for me to connect is from what I have, the places I have, which are not so much mutual. They are just not so much mutual. They are not having much of this I give and share in this harmonical way. There needs to be a very specific thing. But the pressure I carry with me from childhood, from other stages of life, it's hard. It is not easy. The pressure that I need to fit in the structure that builds up in a tribal, community-like, group-like structure. And it is not me, but the pressure is immediately there and it's strong, and I need to behave like that. Never mind now which other people are there representing this tribe, this group, this whatever. I suggest for you, look on your childhood, how you were growing up, how your family was pushing you, how other relatives of community members where you grew up were pushing you. Look at that. This is really the blind spot. This is my blind spot. And in my case, it was enhanced by me being a manifestor, a closed aura. It means that the feedback, the aura feedback I give to the tribe is not there like generators do. It's closed. And then I have also this profile 3-5, which means my body is the 5, yeah? He attracts this expectation that I need to save, I need to be the hero of the hour, the knight of the shining armor, and all that. And all this, what I was growing up in, is really what is a conditioning before even something happens in me. And just to look at it and put some pieces of the puzzle together and say to myself, hey, one moment, breathe, look at it, digest it. You don't need to finish or fix it right now, nothing. Just look at it. Just be with it and be okay with that. And I'm sure that it will continue to haunt me. And as long as I'm not able to see it more, that is as long as it will take me to be able to be more free with the non-tribal circuitry I have, the undefined. That's it.